Mrs. Lopez. Remember me? Jessica DeVoe, class of 91. You taught me as well as my older brothers and my older sister, and you taught alongside my mom, and I used to trick-or-treat at your house and everything, and I learned so much from you that I apply even now as a teacher. So your lessons, they have made an impact in my life. And they are helping the next generation. Allow my daughter to tell you why we fought the Civil War. Why did we fight the Civil War?
To protect, defend, preserve the Constitution.
Hi Millie, it's Nancy. I've heard that you are going to retire finally. I think that's fabulous, and I hope that you certainly will enjoy retirement. There is life after work, after all, and I'm sure Felipe will be glad to have you at home. I just want to share a story with you that I'm not sure if I ever told you before or not, but as you well know, you had my son Brian in school when he was young, and he would always come home with a smile on his face. He just loved having you as a teacher. And one day I asked him, why was he so thrilled to come home and be so happy that he was in your class? And he says, well, Mom, he says, you ought to see what she wears to school every day. It is just, she just wears the wildest clothes. So I just wanted to share that with you and tell you that he still remembers you with great fondness, as most of your students do, or I should say all of your students must, because you are one of the best teachers Resurrection has ever had, and they are very fortunate to have had you. And I wish you only the best in the future. You will enjoy retirement, believe me.
Hey Millie, you made it. Congratulations. Just wanted to say that I've really enjoyed working with you the last 27 years. You've been an inspiration to me in everything that you do, and your professionalism and your love of the school, the love of your students shows through in everything you do. But I think the most important thing to me would be your common sense. You helped me out on many occasions, giving me words of wisdom or just the right advice. And I really, really, really appreciate it. Treasure our friendship more than anything.
Hi, Millie. I'm going to miss you. You are one of the sincerest, kindest people that I know. When you talk to someone, you truly want to know what's going on with them, and that's a rarity, and you take the time to really listen. I want to thank you for helping Star, and I wish Garrett had the opportunity to be with you, but he won't. So, got to get back to cleaning. Love you.
I first met Millie Lopez in the spring of 1999 when I applied for the position of principal of Resurrection Parish School. I interviewed in the rectory with Father Tom Cody, Pat Tierney, the superintendent of schools, one or two other parishioners, and then Millie Lopez, who I already knew from my research was the matriarch of the school. And it was really important to me that she liked me, because I knew if I ever got the job, I would need Millie to be my friend. Well, by the end of that afternoon, I was hired for the position, and I would say within a few short weeks, I really could call Millie a friend. I think I saw in her everything that I wanted to be. She was a strong, independent woman, such an unbelievable faith in God, but such a passion for education. and I hoped that people would always use those words to describe me. So together we formed, I think, a wonderful team. But Millie had the challenge of mentoring me. I'd had years in public school, and things are different in Catholic school. So there were many times Millie would have to correct me, politely of course, and tell me how it really works in Catholic school. Lots and lots of wonderful times with a great faculty, fun-loving, dedicated to the school. But I think what makes my friendship with Millie and my love for Resurrection so strong is because of some of the most difficult times that we went through together. But during my term at Resurrection, we lost 3 very dear friends, Annie, Mr. Skipper, and Dick. I don't know how any of us could have coped with those losses without the relationship that we all had together. Millie held me up, I held her up, and together we tried to hold the faculty up, because we knew that each of those dear friends of ours would never forgive us if we let their deaths destroy the wonderful, wonderful school in Resurrection. We always called it just the hidden gem in Arlington, and it was our job to help it to shine. And I like to think that with Millie's leadership and mine and the great teaching and the wonderful things we were able to accomplish, every child that attended that school, whether it was just for a short time or graduated, came away a better person. And we could take just a little bit of credit for that. But now that we're both facing retirement, I know Millie and I will find opportunities to get together and giggle and laugh about things that happen. But the bond that's between us for the adversity that we faced and the tragedies that we had to tackle will keep our friendship strong and everlasting and built in the graces of God. Good luck to you, Millie. I love you.
Hi Millie, congratulations on a wonderful career here at Resurrection as an educator. I am so grateful for you personally because you were able to be my mentor teacher in my first 2 years of teaching, and the skills that you passed on to me, I really can't express to you how valuable those skills are. Whether it was just classroom management, which took a little bit of time, or lesson planning, or even just showing respect to the kids as human beings and as students, was really important and something that every teacher needs to learn. And I am just so blessed to have had you as that person to teach me. So thank you so much, and thank you for your time as an educator, and congratulations. And you have a well-deserved break now, and you will be sorely missed.
Millie, I want to congratulate you on your retirement, and I want to thank you. And when I came to Resurrection in the year 2000, all the help you gave me getting certified. And Jim and I want to thank you for all the time and effort that you put into teaching our son. And he's now 22 and goes to UNF. And we wish you the best of luck. Thank you.
I get to say a few words about our Millie Lopez. And when I think of Millie, I always think of somebody, Millie, that got it right. You always put God first, put family first, hard work, always. And then you always have this amazing ability to laugh at yourself. And I learned that about you after about spending 7 years with you at Resurrection. I can remember that first day when I had to go to the faculty meeting. And you remember this story. I walked in, Mr. Skipper was sweeping the walk, and Mr. Skipper said to me, "Never let him see us sweat." And I figured that probably Mr. Skipper had given you the same advice, because after 7 years of enjoying your unwavering support, I never saw you break a sweat. You were an outstanding social studies teacher, an amazing Spanish teacher, and I think probably the best thing to say is that you were a true student advocate. You loved the kids. And you had a way of going about the business of every day, teaching us all how to create that perfect environment for kids, which was full of love and laughter. So, what did we all do? We pretty much just followed your example. I realized really soon after I became principal at Resurrection that you were really the principal behind the scenes, and I always thought of you as that person. I tried to count the number of principals you probably had to break in, and I think there was 7, there probably were more. And I was one of those principals that always had these wild ideas that I would come up with, and it was always up to you, Millie, to make sure they worked. I'm sure you remember the Mardi Gras parade, laying the owl booty to rest. Wow. We created a frenzy that day. The kids were wild, and when I walked into the hall, Parish Hall, who was leading the conga line? Ooh, Millie, it was you. And you were a great person doing the conga. You looked good out there. I think one of the craziest things we ever did, though, was the Santa Lucia Fest, when Rachel and Linda talked us into that one. Do you remember? What were we thinking? We lit the candles on fire on top of that poor child's head. And we wrapped it with saran wrap beforehand. I could just picture you in the wings with your fire extinguisher waiting to put the fire out if we needed you. I remember Debbie Hoover, the Sister Act, dressing up as nuns. Gosh, fun times. But I think probably the best memory I had was at my going away party, when you and I were on the sidelines watching Mr. Skipper up on the stage in his pink tutu. And we happened to catch each other's eye. And I don't think either one of us had laughed as hard as we laughed at Mr. Skipper that day. Boy, how we loved that man. Leaving Resurrection was bittersweet for me. I know it will be for you. A lot of wonderful memories that you're going to take with you. I know that I took many, many with me, and you were a big part of them. I'm hoping that you and Felipe have an amazing retirement together. I'm hoping that you enjoy your children, your grandchildren, that you have lots and lots of fun. Job well done, Millie. Happy retirement. Love you.
And now you get to spend extra time with your grandkids and Felipe. And Felipe, and you get to come visit us. And golf, but don't run. Yeah, no running. You're done with running, Millie. We love you. Bye, Millie.